Hello, I'm Sean Quinn, and today we're gonna get a little weird. So welcome. And I just realized we have to do this again because my mic is off. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the reason we're here today is because Craft Pros reached out to me and offered me a kit of their face paint to try out and see how it is and give them some feedback. So I'm gonna do that. I'm so sorry that I'm a little frazzled right now. Usually things go so well. Just kidding. Everything goes wrong always. So the kit comes with 16 colors in this little pan here, sort of like a watercolor kit, you know. And the two down here, they're actually metallic, so that's kind of exciting. The kit also comes with its own brushes. These three brushes here, the one is like little tiny one for detailing, a flat angled brush, and this sort of like flat brush here. I also grabbed some brushes of my own for the look we are doing today, so I have some here. It also came with these two sponges, these two like round sponges, and stencils. And so the stencils here, they're all kind of small. They're like 1.5 inches by 2 inches, just about, and they're kind of cute. There's some cute options here. The last thing it comes with is the manual, and it says, you know, like sort of like a quick start guide, and it says 9 designs, but there are 10 designs in here. They show you how to do 10 different face paint designs. One of them's a butterfly, and the other one's, you know, you turn yourself into a tiger, all that fun stuff. So that's really nice. This is a water activated, and it should be good for sensitive skin. It's vegan. I don't know. It doesn't give you a lot of information about like how to use the actual product, other than like how to make shapes with it. But I believe that it's just kind of like a regular water-based face paint. So I'm just going to use water like I use with my other face paints. All the face paints are covered, which is kind of nice. It gives you the option to like keep your colors separated. I'm just gonna pop off the tops here. And as I was trying to figure out like what do I want to do for today, like what kind of look, I was taking suggestions, and some people came up with some really good ones that I'm like excited to do, but I really wanted to try a lot of colors with the palette because it is like a palette review, and I want to give my opinion of, everything it has to offer. So I was looking on Instagram, and I actually came across this artist. I might totally butcher the name. It's Madeleyess or Madeleyess. It's this. She's this wonderful artist that does these kind of like surreal, squiggly faces, and she actually made makeup of her design one time, and I thought it was so cute. But I would like to do this look here because it uses a lot of different colors, and I'm excited to get to use a lot in this palette here, and because there's glitter in there. She uses glitter, so I can use these metallic colors to see if they're super metallic or not. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take my lipstick off and maybe my wings. I, of course, didn't prepare a semi-blank canvas. I'm sure that looks crazy, but it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay? I think we should start with blocking out these colors here, and I think I'm going to start with the yellow. I want to start with the lightest color so that I don't ruin it with the darker colors by putting on the darker colors first. So I'm going to go into this yellow here with the angled brush. I'm just working the water into, let me show you. I'm just working the water into the face paint so that I can get sort of like a a paint texture, like an acrylic paint texture. Like it's not pasty, but it's not super watery, because you want it to be opaque and you want it to be controllable. That makes sense? I do love this yellow color. It's like a goldenrod yellow. It's really pretty. And I'm just gonna try to block out the areas that I see. And wait, I'm all confused. So this is where the heart is. Okay. Now there's a heart in my face. I just ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon and it's going to the wrong address. So I tried to change it and it said it changed, but like, I'm still nervous about it, you know? You know how it is. I think the color is really translating nicely. So that's great. It's keeping its color. It feels nice. It's not like cakey or dry. We're doing this like nosebleed situation. The only thing that I'm number one hesitant about already is the size of the pan, which doesn't really matter for things like this. But if I wanted to use this for body paint, I would want that bigger pan so that I could use like a big fluffy brush to go in there. So it's a little streaky. I don't know if you can tell from the camera. It's a little streaky, and it might be because I'm wearing makeup already. And what if we just left it like that? Okay, cool. Cool. Now the pink that they have is like this bright pink. It's a little, like the pink on here is a little lighter than the pink that I'm going to be using, but like, I don't care. Okay, I'm going to use the medium brush for this one. I'm just going to block out the color again where it needs to be. It's sort of, it smells like something that reminds me of something. What do we think? What do we think of the opacity? Does it look like anything right now? Not really. Not really, no. Pretty good. Now I'm going to go in with the red. I'm going to use the same brush for the red. I might actually change, you know what? I'm going to go with one of my brushes. I'm going to use a round brush for this one. The red isn't like a bright red. It's sort of brick. It's on the darker side. The red's going to look darker, I think. And the other thing I wanted to say about, like, when you're going around your eyes, be very careful because the face paint is water activated. So you really want to give yourself, just be cautious because you don't want your eyes to start to run and then ruin all of the stuff that you are doing. Is it perfect? No. No, it is not. Okay, we're gonna fix a mistake. I'm having a little trouble with the opacity of the red. I have to do a couple more coats than I've had to do for these other ones. So I'm just gonna go back over all the red with another coat. How's it look? Does it look stupid? I hope not. I hope it comes out good. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the detail brush, and I'm going to try to do all these little red lines that are all over. Let's see if how much precision I can get. Yeah. No. A brain, I need a brain. I think my parents would get me a brain from the supermarket. Once the red's on the lip, you can't drink anymore. So She's got these like red lines on her lips, and I know that like if I just put more red on top, it's not gonna show off. So I'm gonna do a little with this brown just to see if I can mimic. It's like my lips already have lines, but just to give a little bit of differentiation here, I'm just gonna use this brown to highlight some of those lines. Okay, that tickled so much. Oh my god. And then there's a little pink on the lip. Now I'm gonna try the metallic before I try the blue. Just because I feel like the blue, if I mess up the blue, the whole thing's messed up. Let's go ahead and try the metallic first. I'm gonna use the gold, I think. And it looks like a lot of them are just lines, like tears. So I'm gonna use my detail brush here. This kind of feels a little tougher than the other paints. It's giving me a little bit more resistance, so I'm using a little more water for it to get that sort of painty paste. It looks pretty though, it's a pretty color. It's very like true gold color. Okay, so it's definitely got like a sheen to it, but it's definitely not, it's not sparkly, so it's not exactly like what we got going on in this picture. The picture is like very clearly glitter, but whatever, man. Trying to think there's anywhere else. No, I think that's it. It's not brilliant. It's not like hugely metallic. I'm not getting a fantasy vibe from it, but it is metallic. It has, you know, awarded itself that. Okay, now it's time for the blue. I think I'm gonna go back in with that medium brush, and I might use the detail brush later. But first thing I'm gonna do is make sure there's no red on it. I really don't want to mix up my colors in this palette. Now this blue looks like brighter than the blue on there, but it's such a pretty color. Like I have to say, for the palette, it's like these colors are so pretty. I'm really into the. Here we go. Let's start with the nose. So I'm getting that same thing with the blue that I did the red, where I have to go over it twice to get the opacity that I'm looking for. It's so pretty though. Okay, and then now I want to go back with that detail brush for those final things. I also think I have to put a little more red in places that I forgot. I don't know why I forgot, but I did. Okay, all right. So now let's go ahead and swatch these other ones. These other colors, why not? Now that it's sitting on my face, it feels a little heavy on my lids, but that's pretty true for all. Okay. It doesn't feel drying or anything. What I really like is the color selection here, because there's so many cool things you can do with water-based paint, but getting a palette of water-based paint from like Mayron or Ben Nye usually comes with like typical colors, like just, you know, it only comes with 6 and it's red, yellow, green, blue, black, white, you know, that kind of thing. But this comes with so many colors that I'm really enjoying. I think I'm just really excited about the possibilities, you know. I think it's a cool palette, and I think that I'm enjoying the process of using them, and I'm not, like, it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. And I realize how silly it must look that I'm doing this while I'm looking like this. Okay, I understand. The orange is less orange, more peach. I'm seeing more of a peach color, less of an orange Julius. Okay, now it's time for the black. All right, thing with black is it gray or is it black? Jury's still out. Okay, we're gonna let it dry because maybe it goes on different. Let's let it dry. Let's give it its full chance. And I'll also put the gray next to it. The gray is a pretty color, actually. You know, I don't know if they make bigger pans of their products, but they should. Because, again, I can't use this for body paint. I will ruin it. I'll ruin it. Okay, well, white looks white. That's a big deal. I mean, it's really pretty. It's like the palette is like alternative colors. They're like on the pretty side of colors. You know? So when you look at the swatches, the black looks a little gray. It looks a little gray. Like it's drying a little brown black. Do you know what I mean? It's not like darkest night black, but it's pretty good. I don't want to knock it. The white looks white, which is awesome. And again, the silver metallic is metallic, but it's not crazy metallic. So it's a lot more subtle than I would probably want a face paint to be, but whatever. The brown is closer to like a brick red color, and the red itself, like as you can see, is not that like bright red. It's sort of like a deep red, which is great for some things and not so great for other things. Like I really want like a brilliant red, a nice poppy red for some looks, but that's not in this palette here. The pink options, like this pink and the pink I have on my face, are really pretty. I think this, the blues are really pretty. The blue here is so nice. It's one of my favorite colors. And yeah, I think this is really great if you wanted to do things like this. If you wanted to do crazy looks on your face, if you wanted to face paint yourself, if you wanted to do characters who have, you know, drawings on their face or designs or things. Oh, I want to use a stencil. I think I'm going to do this. Oh. Be careful. I'm going to do this skull and crossbones on my hand. And I'm going to use a sponge because I've never done this before. I've never used they're nice sponges, I can already tell. Okay, what do I want to use? Let's use a pretty color. Let's use pink. It's a little weird to get your product onto the sponge. You might want to use extra water. Okay, so I've put a lot of water on. Okay. The thing with the sponge is that I'm getting like a wash of color. So it's kind of like a blushing of color, you know? I went out of the lines a little bit. I don't think that the sponge is really doing enough. It's not really doing it for me. So I'm going to wait for it to dry before I peel it off. How did this look come out? Does it look good? Was it worth it? These colors don't run, she says. Can I drink without ruining it? Anyway. Okay, you know what? And as far as this goes, I think this is a great kit. There's so many good colors. Like, these are really nice colors. They're fun. They're fun colors. B, it comes with the utensils already. It comes with brushes. It comes with sponges and stencils, even though I think the sponges are kind of useless, but they're good sponges. It comes with instructions on how to do some simple looks. And, and also you can cover and move around your paint So the paint can come out of the palette, and you can move them around if you don't want them to be in color order. If you want to move, you know, take things out of the palette. For the price, this goes for, I think it's $25, but with like taxes and shipping and stuff, it ends up being like around $27. So in general, like a $30 palette, but you get 16 different colors, 2 of which are metallic. And comparably, I think, honestly, that's pretty good. And I've been looking for a palette like this, for things like this, and I'm thrilled about it. I think this is going to get a nice little stamp of approval from me, like a little... I'm excited to see what I can do with this beyond this. I haven't really looked at this. I don't know what I look like. So I'm hoping it's good. I'm going to take some pictures of myself like this. If you want to see the final looks of this, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. All of those socials, things like that, are linked down below. Thank you again to Craft Pros for reaching out to me and allowing me to review your product. I had a great time, and I'm excited to see what else I can create with this. If you want to check them out, I have also linked them down below. They have an awesome Instagram where they post all these people doing really, really, really cool things on there. They're also super nice people. They send a little note in their kits about, you know, thanks from Chris, Liza, I think it's Liza, Charlie, and their dog, Sam. So thank you guys. I am thrilled with your product, and I had a really good time, and I'm, you know, I can't wait to see what else I can do to my face. If you have a suggestion of what I should do with this palette next time, please leave it in the comments down below. Subscribe for more nonsense. I put up videos every Monday. Stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.